When a close-knit country like Israel, a country that has been tested as much as Israel, loses a man like Prime Minister Sharon, it doesn't just feel like the loss of a leader. It feels like a death in the family. And many of my fellow Americans, some of whom are here, feel that same sense of loss. I say to Prime Minister Sharon's beloved and devoted sons, Omri and Gilad, and the entire family, but particularly the sons who spent so much time caring for their father in the last few years, it's a great honor you've afforded me on behalf of my country to bring the sympathies of the President of the United States and the American people on this occasion. To you, to Prime Minister Netanyahu and the government of Israel, to President Perez, and to the grieving men and women of the nation of Israel, but most particularly to his beloved IDF, his fellow warriors. I fear an attempt to capture him and what he stood for is beyond my capabilities. I knew him for over 30 years. He was not only a powerful man, he was a powerfully built man, and as a young senator, when you first met him, you could not help but understand, as they say in the military, this man had a command presence. He filled the room. The first time I was invited to his office, he said to me, and I remember thinking, is he serious? He said, "Senator, you are mostly welcome." I didn't know if it was a matter of something being lost in translation or whether he was pulling my leg, as we say in the States, until I spent a few moments with him and realized how incredible his hospitality was. But when the topic of Israel's security arose, which it always did in my many meetings over the years with him, you immediately understood how he acquired, as the speakers referenced, the nickname Bulldozer. He was indomitable. Like all historic leaders, Prime Minister Sharon was a complex man about whom, as you've already heard from his colleagues, who engendered strong opinions from everyone. But like all historic leaders, all real leaders, he had a North Star that guided him. A North Star from which he never, in my observation, never deviated. His North Star was the survival of the state of Israel and the Jewish people, wherever they resided. In talking about his spiritual attachment to the land of Israel back in an interview in the late 90s, he said, and I quote, "Before and above all else, I am a Jew. My thinking is dominated by the Jews' future in 30 years, in 300 years, in 1,000 years. That's what preoccupies and interests me, first and foremost." And because he possessed such incredible physical courage, and I would add political courage, he never deviated from that preoccupation and interest, as he referred to it. It was his life's work that even someone on the shores, hundreds of thousands of miles from here, could see, could smell, could taste, could feel. And when you're in his presence, there was never any doubt about it. the physical courage he had to lead men straight into enemy lines and deep behind them. I remember